So a story that I hear far too often is that people maybe started learning guitar when they were a teenager or when they were a child, and then they had some time away. They had maybe, a couple of years to 20 or 30 years away from playing guitar. And this can happen at any age, and I just wanted to give you guys my top tips for getting back into playing if you've had any amount of time away, even if it's a week away from the instrument or a good number of years. I guess my biggest tip has to be, remember why you wanted to learn the guitar in the first place. Were you just crazy on a band when you were a certain age? Or did you have a favorite song or a favorite album that you used to listen to over and over? Rekindle that, or find a new band that you can get really into and listen to them often. Listen to them every day. Keep a CD of songs in the car so you don't have to set anything up. You can just play and it's there on your commute to work or when you're going to school or anything. Have a playlist of songs of your favorite guitar-based songs ready on iTunes or Apple Music or Spotify or wherever it is. Have it there and easy to listen to, and listen to it every day, and I bet it makes you want to pick up your guitar more than if you didn't listen to guitar-based music every day. Keep the guitar out of its case and in view on a music stand, pride of place. If your guitar is in its case and in the back of the wardrobe and it's out of sight, out of mind, I really believe it's such a really important thing to keep these kind of things in view and have them pride of place so that you're going to pick them up, ready to pick them up, have the amplifier set up and ready to just turn on and pick up your guitar and play. That brings me on to my next point, which is to try and have a dedicated space to play, practice, and listen to guitar. It doesn't need to be a whole music room. I understand that I have the luxury of having a music room in my own home, but put it this way, ever since I was born, we had a piano, an upright piano at the bottom of the stairs in the hallway. And to go anywhere in the house, you walk past this piano. And later on, I asked for a keyboard and later a guitar. And I had those in the corner of my bedroom. And that was my little corner of a music space. I didn't have a whole room. It was just the corner of my bedroom. But I cannot tell you how much having the piano in the house and how much keeping the instruments out and ready to play really influenced me and possibly made me persevere through the times when I wasn't progressing. Many of my one-to-one students have confessed to me over the years that they don't have that space, and I guarantee you it will stunt your development. It will stop you. So even if it's the corner of a bedroom or the corner of a living room, find your musical space for whatever you can do. Now, also know communal areas are not good for this kind of thing. The living room and things like that, if you have someone around or if you have a partner, you're not going to be able to do those sorts of things. A great tip is for if you have an electric guitar or you want, this is a real issue, get an electric guitar, and basically the strings are so quiet that nobody is going to complain about this sound, playing chords, even from the next room, okay? And you can practice on headphones, you can plug into an iPad and still get that great guitar sound and still listen to music. But you need a space to be able to do that. Another thing that's so important, especially if you're just starting out, is to buy a guitar that you want to play, that you want to pick up. I love Les Paul type guitars. They're just my favorite. I think they look cool and I just think they're awesome things. Never mind a cool guitar. I just think they look like the coolest thing in the world. And it has influenced my style of play and it's influenced the bands I listen to, but it is just a personal opinion, and there are people that share that opinion and there are people that don't. That's totally cool. But it makes, seeing this guitar and holding it makes me want to play it, makes me want to pick it up. Find that guitar that speaks to you, and regardless of spec or whatever anyone else says, get the guitar that you want to be able to play and you will pick it up more often. work some variation into your routine. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a big part of why I think I stuck with the guitar when I maybe wasn't in the mood or wasn't making progress on a particular thing was I had an acoustic guitar first, but then very quickly after I got an electric guitar, and I could always vary between the two, even if it's with the same things, because they give you such a different sound. Many songs that you will learn can be played on acoustic or electric. For example, Oasis songs transfer very good to the, either instrument. Same with the Beatles, same with all these classic bands. So, we don't always feel like rocking out on the electric, and so we could go and strum an acoustic, but in the same fashion, you don't always feel like working on some finger picking when you get home from work. Maybe you want to, rock out a little bit. So having those two options, where you don't have to learn, where they're based on the same kind of mechanics, is a really good idea. My final tip is so important, it's so powerful, and it's to find a practice partner or kind of jamming buddy that also plays guitar or plays any other musical instrument where you can play songs together. This transforms everything and supercharges anyone's guitar progress. However, I can understand that that is really scary. But I implore you, guitar is a performance skill, and there's nothing more fun than playing guitar with others, even if it's just with Bob from down the street. It transforms the experience. Now, if you don't know Bob down the street to have a jam with, you can find people on classified ads like Gumtree or Bandmix. There are endless amounts of them, where people aren't just wanting to join bands and form a group. People are just wanting, to practice buddies essentially, or someone to share their passion with. Things like Meetup are a good idea to find like-minded people and musicians in your area. But also, I highly recommend open mic nights. Not only to meet other people and other musicians, but to get inspired, watch other people play, and be part of a small music community. I'm quite blessed in the area that I live that there are a number of really good quality open mic nights that I feel happy to go down, and I've met some great people at those open mic nights. Some of you might remember Dave, who helped me out a few years ago with some Christmas songs and a few pop songs as well with the YouTube lessons. And I met Dave at an open mic night in Leeds, and we became, best buds for a number of years. He sadly moved away down to London now. But yes, just sharing that opinion. I hope those tips help you. You can see a write-up of those on my website here. And thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos now of my other kind of top tips and motivation for getting back playing guitar.